What it do, baby?
Yeah, you already know.
What's up? It's your boy Zaya. This is NBA Tweets. I got my co-host in the back, Leo the pup. He's taking a nap right now.
First and foremost, I want to thank you all for coming out today.
Lillard working on Burks, dancing free, up three.
Name someone more clutch than Dame.
The American Express halftime report.
Just steps barely over the logo.
It's off to Anthony. Simons, wide open, free to fire. Lillard.
Jesus Christ. Why would you leave him open for that shot? That's the same shot he hit Paul George with to end their playoff run last year.
Lillard, long range three.
I mean, that's a bad shot.
He's being guarded by 5 Paul Georges.
But they had a guy, behind their bench that just kept running his mouth. He just kept running his mouth. And I told him, I said, you're going to get them in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for this. And he kept on talking, and in the second half, I ain't hear a word from him. So,
That's cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded, man. Hell, these fans got to keep their mouth shut, man. You get your fucking team killed out here. Dame's 61 points were more than the rest of the Blazers starters combined. That's embarrassing. Help Dame score or draw 25. Blazers teammates. Oh, God. Jason Tatum. Mama is smiling too. In case you guys weren't aware, the Celtics have just won the NBA championship. Actually, no, they didn't. But they beat LeBron and the Lakers, and that's an accomplishment. Jalen Brown dunking on LeBron. Now, a lot of times we talk about what makes a good dunk, what is actual poster. There's got to be, okay, let's see. Okay, what are the factors? Definitely the name, if they've got some kind of notoriety, if they're a big name in basketball. There's what the amount of body to body contact, I think, is a huge factor. If you look at this clip, LeBron was like, he didn't really fully want to commit. He kind of pushed him off a little bit, but yeah, he still got dunked on. Obviously, you want to make sure that it's an actual dunk. The hand is going through the hoop ideally, not just one of those Blake Griffin throwdowns. But yeah, definitely there was a couple of those in this game.
Boston, this is how you attack a shot blocker.
Can't believe they teed up Jalen for staring at LeBron after that dunk. Feels like yesterday I watched Sean Kemp do the Macarena on top of Alton Lister's body. Dunks used to be more disrespectful, man. They used to let a lot more go back in the day. Ryan says, damn, Celtics fans will lose in the second round and the Lakers will win the championship, but have a screenshot of this as their PFP. The fuck does that mean? I would put that in my highlight reel.
I'm guaranteed.
This guy replies, bro, you're a Cleveland fan. You literally have nothing. Wow. Hey, LeBron, just caught a kid throwing something at your son. Not cool. So in case you weren't aware, LeBron was at one of Bronny's games the other day, and the ref stopped the game because somebody threw something at his kid. And this comes at a time where last season this was a big topic about the fans having way too much interaction this season too with the players. They're, it's bad enough that they're yelling out things. And, I think people tend to think that, like, because of the acoustics of the stadium, like, the players can't really hear what the crowd is saying. But when you're actually there, you could hear what people are saying. I'm sure it's one of these people's kids. Bro. LeBron acknowledges that his routine was broken by going to Springfield to see Bronny. Come on. He had no qualms or regrets about it after Lakers got blown out by the Celtics. This right here is all secondary when it comes to my family. And the excuses begin. LeBron just exposed himself. His family first excuse just cost the Lakers a big game. So what would you do? You got your son performing. You want to be there to support his game, but at the same time, you got a game too. Yes, family. That's tough, man. In your heart, family always comes first, right? But I feel like if you're a professional athlete, your team should come first. On the other hand, Bernard Roberts says Bron didn't have a pops to come to his games. He's just making sure he's a present father. Some of y'all on here tripping. And that is a really good point, because a lot of times when people cast judgment on somebody's parenting, what they don't understand, one part of the story that they don't see is their parents. So the parents' parents. If you didn't have your father around showing you how to be a father, how could you be in turn a good father to your kid? You know what I mean? Someone had to have taught you how to be a parent, whether it is your actual parent or another family member or just somebody you looked up to in general. So this was actually a really good point on Bernard's half. Klay Thompson with the flip phone in 2020.
Business never sleeps.
This motherfucker got a goddamn razor. Y'all remember the Motorola razors?
Business never sleeps.
It was one of the first smartphones. I don't know. I didn't have that. I had the T-Mobile Sidekick, the one that flipped open. Fucking flip that bitch open like a battery and like, put your number in here. Business never sleeps. What a dweeb. That's like the most fucking Klay Thompson thing to say. Zion Williams at the beginning of the decade. Zion Williams at the end of the decade. Bro, this is sad. I've not even seen this video. I just seen a thumbnail. Delonte West, bro.
Okay. You know where his gun is?
I don't give a fuck.
And here is Delonte West with Jameer Nelson. People think money and fame is everything, but rich, famous, talented people go through all the same struggles. There's more struggles than just money. Yes, money can fix a lot of things. It can, to some extent, bring happiness, but they experience loneliness, depression, addiction. Oh man. And now clearly financial issues, just like everybody else. Rich and famous people are even more susceptible. I know people are going to say, oh, he fucked up his money, did it to himself, but I think they're even more susceptible to this because they almost live a surreal life. They're often not facing the same kind of consequences, and they don't have people telling them. They're surrounded by yes men. They don't have people to really put them in. The successful one, the guys who stick around for long term, they have longevity, I think they have a good circle. They have good people surrounding them. But for guys like this, he had people around him that let him fuck up his money first and foremost, and then when the chips were down, they weren't around. How are these guys looked after in retirement? And is it considered, I mean, what is retirement? Well, like when we say retirement in sports, that just means they're not playing. Like, if I'm not working, that doesn't mean I'm retired. It would mean that I have some sort of pension, some sort of benefits, social security. What does this guy have? What does this guy have? Nothing, bro. He doesn't even have his memories, clearly. This is so darn heartbreaking to see. 10 years ago, he was thrilling crowds with King James here in Cleveland. Not a joking matters. Boogie Cousins says, Eminem is like baseball to me. Like, I acknowledge it takes otherworldly talent to do what he's doing, and he's doing it at an absurd level. And I know people are enjoying it, and I understand why. And at another time in my life, I would too. But today, I just don't care. I don't know. All I've seen is the reaction videos on YouTube, and I don't know. I liked it. I don't know in what scenario I would be listening to that music. It's not like I'm not going to be listening to it at the gym. Probably not in my car. But maybe while I'm gaming. Zach LaVine makes it clear, I think my sights are something bigger than just doing contests. I want to be in the group where you're playing in the All-Star game. Which is weird because the All-Star game is a contest. Santino says, shouldn't your sight be on making the Bulls a winning franchise? Making the playoffs and advancing? All-Star is an individual accomplishment. In a way it is. But it's also adds to your resume. When people look back at your career, they're going to count championships. They're going to count all-star appearances, MVPs, if any. But, yeah, I think they go hand in hand. If you're performing at a high level and you're winning, you're probably going to be in the all-star contest. Someone mentioned the other day that if there's two superstars competing for a position like Zach LaVine and Ben Simmons, that it's going to come down to who has the winning record. So in this case, more than likely, Ben Simmons will probably edge out Zach LaVine. Vote for Zach LaVine.
We want to recognize the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King for all he was able to accomplish.